Welcome back to the bets.com.au YouTube channel. It's Sports Pez Jez, Tuck Sports Takes from bets.com.au. We're continuing our Pacific Champions squad previews. Jez and the Cook Islands have now named their squad for the 2025 Pac Champs. Initial
Mm.
impressions or initial thoughts about this Cook Island side?
Yeah, it's a little bit thin, unfortunately. It feels like they had a bit of trouble last year. And you've got the stalwart Tangarangi as your fearless leader. Feels like he's been around for ages. I thought he'd retired, but no. But anyway, he's been playing for the Southwest Goannas. What a team name, the Goannas. Should be good. But anyway, that's beside the point. But yeah, looking a little bit thin, not a whole lot of NRL player experience. I think it was sort of counting there. Look under my mouse here. There's I don't know, 3, max 4 players that have like good NRL experience in there. So obviously it's going to be tough. It's a developing time for the Cook Islands. But yeah, so we'll just see how they go.
So they head first to Port Moresby and will play in the first round of the Pac Champs against Fiji on Saturday, the 18th of October in the Pacific Championships Bowl. They will then take on PNG the week after on the 25th of October, also in Port Moresby, before having the bye in week 3. Jez, even though the troop, but you say the troop is thin, they still got some pretty good names. Kaeliro, Brendan Piakura, Murata Niukore, and we were just speaking about, Mason Teague is a guy that has been good throughout his career.
Yeah,
Davvy Moale
yeah.
for the Rabbitohs has been a good player for them. Makatoa for the Roosters. There's guys there with NRL experience, Jez.
Yeah, absolutely. And you put them on an international stage, and always when you're putting on an international jersey, especially the Islanders, there's so much pride and so much rivalry between these nations. So you never know what's going to happen. And this tournament really is going to play a big part in their preparations to trying to make the World Cup. They've got a World Cup qualifier also in the near future against South Africa. So I think they're going to be really in top form, pushing to find combinations through the Pac Champs. So you never know. You never know.
And there are some players here, I guess, that will also be trying to prove their worth for maybe their club sides, guys that are
Mm.
playing in the Queensland Cup or New South Wales Cup, and make a name for themselves in this competition. You always will have some standout players that do above and beyond what is
Mm.
expected of them at these types of tournaments, and could possibly land themselves a contract in a 30-man squad for the 2026 season.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
Yeah. The only thing is, I think this, if you're just on paper, this squad is probably the weakest in terms of NRL experience compared to PNG and to Fiji. But I'm not counting them out. They're still, as you said, it's an international game. They're playing for pride, and you never know what Brad Takairangi can pull out the tackle box.
That's right. Or Karmichael Hunt. You don't know what he's teaching them as their coach. Like, get some time with Karmichael Hunt. Codes of experience, that fellow. But yeah, absolutely. They'll be in there. They did copper hiding a couple of times last year, but they were also in the game for long periods in others. So yeah, we'll see what happens on paper. Like you said, maybe a little bit tough, but guys looking to impress. There's always someone that snags a contract, like you said, with a huge performance.
Okay, so well, we have just now only the PNG team left to talk about once
Mm.
they release their team after the Prime Minister's 13. But Cook Islands team is named. We have already done Fiji. We've done Samoa, Tonga, New Zealand. We've also touched on the Australian side going to the Ashes in England. So much footy in front of us over the next month and a half, Jez, and it is exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great championships. No matter who's playing, it's always full of excitement. And don't forget to get to the grounds and check them out as well.
Let us know in the comments how you think it's going to go for the Cook Islands. If there's any players here you think will be standout performers for this team, and we'll follow that all the way through the competition. See you around again soon on bets.com.au for more Pacific Championships content.